Hello, everybody. Happy Monday, April 15th. I remember last stream, and I looked before I started talking. Oh my goodness. I moved around too fast. I was like really quickly like moving a sign on my door and stuff. And I was like, oh, I gotta stream. I get like very distracted when I'm about to start the stream. Anyways, happy Monday, everybody. April 15th, 8:30, stream number 88. We are 12 streams away, about 2 weeks. Wow. Or not even, yeah, 12 streams, yeah. 2 weeks away from hitting 100 streams. It's been a long time to get to this point. Now, we're not there, but I'm just going to say thank you guys for joining when you do. Thank you for supporting the channel, and hopefully this summer I'll actually make the Lesson 2 video. We're in the midst of finals right now, so I should not be considering adding more work to my schedule. That being said, I hope everyone who's entering finals alongside me, I hope it goes well. I know that you all have it within you to study hard and do well, and the fact that you may be attending or watching this means you've got it. You're a hard worker at heart, and you've got what it takes. So, with that being said, and my music is just ridiculously loud once again. I think I just did that on accident. There we go. There, I think that's a sweet spot. Yeah, so let's get into it. Not really much to talk about. We're going to finish up the texture on our poinsettias. Yeah, I was thinking about it last night. I'm not totally happy with how the textures... I mean, it looks good. Just I feel like we could do more, make it a bit more dynamic, make the veins and the leaves a bit more spindly, a bit more... Because, yeah, these are a bit too linear. It's a bit too static. I don't like it. Anyways, enough self-critique. That's not totally useful. Let's set our hour timer for... Or hour timer. 10-minute warm-up timer. Oh, yeah. Also, you guys might have noticed, tonight is 8:30. We're moving the streams back for exams. I made a post, but for those new to it or just like asking, hey, Kat, why are the streams all moved? That's why. Hopefully this won't be for too long. I do like streaming earlier in the day. In fact, if I could, I think the perfect time to stream would be about probably 4:30. That's when many people are off work, off school. Hopefully when I'll be off work and off school during the summer. And yeah, also I messed up my thumb. I dropped a weight on it, and yeah, don't do that. It was a kettlebell, and it like squished my thumb, and then a piece of it cut it. Don't ask how. Just frankly, I don't know. That's why it's been bandaged up for the past couple days. So sorry if that's a sore sight. Then again, actually, there's nothing I can really do to retort. But yeah, very excited to get drawing today. Studied a lot. Oh my gosh, I studied for at least 6 hours today. As well as also going to classes, going to the gym, doing a quiz, all that stuff. Days are always full in university. I can't say that I get bored here. Not to say that some of these things that I'm learning are just boring. Well, I did not ghost that enough. There we go. Yeah, I kind of like wavered. I put the line the way I thought it should go instead of the way I constructed it. Decent. Overshot it a bit, but that's okay. Yeah, right now, computer organization is like a precursor to computer architecture. Learning about caches and stuff like that right now, which is helpful, but oh my gosh. Just like it's just information overload. You know, the valid bit, the tags, the blocks, the set associative, full associative, and the E-type caches, whatever they're called. Then all those calculations go about the different eviction protocols for if caches need to override a value because there's a cache miss, stuff like that. The rate at which I've been consuming information, I may need to go on a diet, and I think that's what the summer is going to be for, because oh my gosh, ridiculous. Pretty happy with that. Sometimes I gaslight myself. I'm like, you're not able to draw a line that straight. Like, psych myself out before I get into it. Obviously, I don't know. Why did I double up on the back lines? Maybe if I should have gaslit myself, maybe it was a tiny bit valid. Maybe my brain knew I was doing something wrong, and then it was like, no. But yep, I kind of like the 8:30 streams, because then once I'm done with the stream, I'm done with the day. So, that doesn't make my focus is a bit, like, I'm going to be a bit more tired during these streams. Which It's not the end of the world, but you know, like being focused, being sharp here does you know, help me later, because I retain things better. You know, such as the difference between going to class tired and going to class not tired, you know, fully awake and well fed and rested and all that. For some odd reason at my apartment, I've just been getting terrible sleep. I wake up in the middle of the night. I don't feel well rested when I do wake up. When I was back at my home, and I can have a different bed, so I can't even say it's the same bed. Maybe it's just a better bed. Yeah, I get better sleep there, so maybe it's here, maybe just poor timing. Regardless, we'll try our best to get some sleep tonight. Let's do an organic form. Made a small box just so we could fit more on the page. Let's try to make a really nice, clean organic form here. Beautiful. Tiny bit tapered right here. It's a bit of a sharp turn compared to that end, but I think we did an okay job. Nice. I feel like all of them kind of look the same, so we'll try to move it around. What if we moved... Just for fun, what if we did a dot right here? Yeah, we'll just keep it pretty generic, nothing too crazy. What if we made this really round then? That means this one has to be quite round. And this one is going to be slightly less round. So, decrease that degree. Then let's just keep decreasing the degree, why not? And just for funsies, we'll do one right here too. Okay, that was probably not a good choice, but still, good stuff. Got a bit wobbly. Need to be a bit more consistent, be more confident with them. What else? I was going to say something when I was doing this. Oh yeah, it's International Art Day. Happy Art Day, everybody. I kind of wish I prepared something special for the stream, but I only learned that this morning, and I was studying all day, so maybe if I rearrange my priorities a bit. Oh, this is going to be a hard branch. This is going to be a super difficult branch. Let's do it. This curve, this curve, this curve, that curve. We're in it for it. Let's see. Let's make this the lower degree. Kind of go with our usual strategy. Oh, Fatima! Yes, there is an art day, and it's today. Here, let me see. I just saw it on the Windows thing. Glad to see you here, and thank you for the very, very encouraging comments. I think it was here. Sorry, I could be gaslighting myself. I do that from time to time. Yeah, yeah. Good luck studying. Yes, thank you. I'm doing my equivalent of AP exams right now. Maybe not as pivotal, but still. Yeah, the famous and expensive paintings in the world, art day. Okay, at Microsoft Edge, I will not be making you my default. Please. Oh, I can't hide it. That's nice. Okay, but yeah, art day. What in the world? Man, Microsoft Edge is just malware, isn't it? But yeah, art day. So if you have any art friends, if you like art yourself, or you hate art, celebrate it still, because yeah, I said so. Good to take a step back and enjoy what you work on every once in a while. So maybe we'll be able to join this Poinsettia. Oh my gosh. Not my best ellipse. Yeah, look at that, it's completely off, but whatever. Decrease the degree right here. And I'm really hoping once the summer starts for me, I'll finish the lesson 2 video. I may even be done with lesson 3 by then, so the lesson 3 video, my 100 days of drawing video. And I think we'll keep it at that for the summer. And maybe a lesson 4 video if I both complete lesson 4, but that may be at the end of the semester. Ironic, hey, you're drawing, huge! Great to hear. If it's Drawbox, awesome. If it's not, still awesome. Feel free to drop in chat what you're working on too, because I'd love to see and hear what people are working on. Personally, I like drawing because I want to be able to draw people really well. I think expression through gesture and stuff is really cool. And once we complete Drawbox, we're going to be heading... I think New Masters is really technical, and I like it. But Proco has a very, like, linear, like it's a very obvious straight path. So I'm not sure which one I'll choose. New Masters is a bit scary. I will not lie. And also, I think sometime soon, let's do a 50% drawing stream where we just draw for fun instead of lesson material. That's the thing, though, is I'm really enjoying the lesson content. Not the best ellipses, but I think we're doing okay. Dropbox should hire you for their sales department. Hire me? Nah. That's the thing. I'm not sure if I ever want to do like sponsors and stuff on stream. It would have to be like people I really trust. I trust Dropbox. I think they're great. But yeah, who knows? I think the only sponsorship I would take would maybe be like, not even an airline, because airlines can be scummy, but I just really like traveling when I can. But yeah, that'd be too self-centered. So yeah, if you guys see me doing a sponsorship like that, please humble me. Get me in the right mind. Really decent arcs on these branches so far. Very happy with that. And in fact, one of our first charity streams, it's not going to be our first. Oh, wait. Oh, timer's almost up. I saw it and I was like really worried. I forgot what I set the timer for it. But yeah, one of our charity streams. I just want to do money where we try to raise some money for the Drawbox community. Try to get some people some free pins, some free critiques, something like that. I think that'd be awesome. I think the first charity stream though is we're going to be, and this is like far in the future when we have a lot of viewers, if we have a lot of viewers, right? And even then again, I still want to try to like money from this channel to go there. But the Neuroblastoma Research Foundation, I have to do a background check on it because I'm not sure how real it is. Oof, these are not the best lines. I'm yapping too much. But yeah, for those who don't know, neuroblastoma is a form of cancer, which affects things called the neuroblasts in the developing child's body. This is typically from a few months old to a few years. Neuroblasts are basically things, to my knowledge, that contain a lot of the neurological, hence that, like nerve information and growth throughout the body. And when they become cystic, dangerous for the child, they can result to paralysis, malnutrition, and just overall damage to the body. And so treating this disease is very important and near and dear to me. And so every dollar that we can raise to try to combat not just neuroblastoma, but childhood cancer, I think would be a great first stream to do. I'll even maybe try to do a thing where I match the money raised through the stream. We'll see. This is a far out goal, right? Not the best branch in the world. We were yapping a lot, but I'm okay with it. Good warm up. I mean, nothing too crazy. We'll do some ellipses for funsies. That was decent, not the best. That's much better. I like that. Then again, we have a thinner pen, and I feel like my line work is always just a tad bit better with a thinner pen. With that being said, we're done with our warm-up for the day. We're going to swap on over to a Poinsettia. Whatever. If I say it wrong, I say it wrong. I apologize. It's like ingrained in my brain. It's like when you say a word too many times and it loses meaning. Cool. Okay, we're going to go here. Sorry, I'm like checking on YouTube stuff, and I got distracted by Discord, and then alt-tabbing. Okay, so, jeez. Okay, that, this, that. Okay, cool. So, yeah, let's set our timer for the day. And the music is just, once again, too loud. I swear it gets louder. I guess, like, YouTube just balanced it to be like this. I'm currently listening to the Witcher soundtrack. Not the Witcher 3, I should be specific. The video game, not the show. Even though I heard the show is quite good. I love The Witcher 3. It's probably one of my favorite games out there. Top 5, definitely. Yeah, one critique I have so far on the poinsettias, is that I don't like how, like, pattern this leaf is. Like, it may look like this in the real world, but I feel like we can make maybe the center darker a bit. Like, it just gets darker and darker over here. We started our timer, right? We didn't. I always do that. There we go. And so like this, it's gonna be rounded because it's so dark. And so yeah, we're just gonna see some dark from these areas in the center. And it's gonna kind of get thinner as we get to the front. Just as we get closer to the viewer, I like things to be a bit lighter. And maybe, yeah, just adding some variation to these lines, I guess. This pen is awfully dry. I'm not sure if it's just warming up or something, but we have this leaf right there doing that. Okay, I was gonna do like a strained vein line right there, but I don't think that turned out too well. But yeah, we're just gonna make these lines a bit more dynamic, a bit more flashy. Darken up these areas right here. Try to. And Comfy does a lot of these, like these lines, and I feel like they add some details, just like the. In fact, I kind of like that a lot. I've also decided, from now until I graduate, I'm going to save up as much money as I possibly can, and I'm going to go to Korea. School is difficult, especially college, especially my major, and just the work I put in. And I've decided the best way to celebrate is not only to travel, because I just love traveling and meeting people, but we're gonna go to Korea. I've always wanted to go to, and I feel people make me upset. They're like, North Korea? No, South Korea. Come on, what are we doing? But yeah, I've always loved Korea. It's a very beautiful place. Or Japan. I don't know. I just want to go somewhere very different. Then again, plane flights there are ridiculously expensive. For reference, I went to Portugal. I had a round trip flight for $600. And then while I was in Portugal for 2 weeks, I spent $800. So totaling to, for those who are good at math, $1,400. A plane ticket, generally, to Korea, Japan, or really anywhere over there that isn't a major, like Hong Kong is a bit cheaper. And then from there you could probably travel separately, but visas and stuff would be a pain. The average plane flight is about $1,500 to $1,200. That's a lot of money. So part of me really does want to travel over there. Part of me really doesn't want to spend that money. Reasonably so, right? So we'll figure it out. Maybe it'll be, I kind of want to go back to Salzburg in Austria, because that just area in general is just so beautiful. Not sure if you could hear my roommates laughing. Here I'm watching the mic. I don't know. I'm kind of ruining these. I'm going to leave it there for a second. Yep. We're going to do this center one down here, where we kind of, the line is actually kind of like down there. For this, we can actually kind of do something cool. We can just darken up that part of it. And then we have that center line, and we have the bit of that burn mark in that leaf that covers the center of it. I'm so surprised my mic is not picking them up because they're laughing so hard. I'm really like interested to hear what is going on down there. Don't know really how I'm going to do this burn mark. I wasn't really thinking, or not even a burn mark, it's just a faded part of the leaf. Probably going a bit too dark right there, but it's whatever. We can have our center of this. And then our petals reaching outwards. And these are kind of going like straight down. Yeah, this pen is pretty dry. Skipping around the pins, man. Maybe I need to buy a new pack pretty soon. This sounds like a sale for the Drawbox Discord, but I like their pens. I'm not going to say they're the best. They're definitely not the best. They're great for Drawbox lesson material, though. They do what they need to for that. If you want the best, get a Stadler, I think it's called, Stadler. Those, like the gray ones, those I'd say are the best, but they're also, I think, the most expensive. They're a bit more expensive than the Microns. The Micron's just not worth it. I feel like the Drawbox pens, again, they aren't better, but it's just a better choice to buy these instead of Microns if you're going to go after Microns. Because for their price and just how minimally better they are, I feel like, yeah. Feel a bit out of it, like I'm not actually focusing on the textures. So let's be a bit more mindful. I kind of like that thing right there. It's kind of like a thinner line and the thicker line meeting up with it. Yeah, I like that. Because yeah, these textures aren't like necessarily crazy. Some like not holes, but things in these. Upgrade those silhouettes a bit. Okay, this is overlapping that, so we'll do kind of this. Let's pull out my brush pen before I forget. I know one of my roommates probably came back to the apartment and like just brought some crazy news. Like we always have crazy stories to tell. Usually of shenanigans or other people just being ridiculous. We get these things called goober stories, where there's just some people I've met in college who just act like they're not real. Like I've never seen such things before. People act such ways. I'm not gonna relay them on stream because one, that's a bit mean, but two, you just had to be there, you know. But yeah, man, when you go to college, it is such an insanely different experience. Meeting all these very strange characters and people. This line right here is really making me upset. I wish it wasn't so dark. We definitely overdid that a bit. And yeah, this line... Oh wait, no, that goes over there. It doesn't really cast anything on that though, but whatever. Let's go up here. Start doing the left side of this. There's also a leaf over here, so we'll kind of... Actually, I don't even want to draw it. Yeah, I'm cooler than that. Down here I could make it all dark, but what I'm instead going to do is we're going to do the veins from this, but on here we're going to do it in reverse, like forward like this, compared to these that are going down. This is going to be like that. And then we'll make a lot of it dark. We won't make the entire thing because that's going to be just like a blotch of ink on the page, which we won't like. But first, let's also do this one too. Which ones, again, they're kind of straight. We'll figure it out. That's going to be mostly dark over here. As so. And then we do our line in the center. And then we can add some bumps on the leaf, like that. This I want to keep pretty smooth. Emphasize that it's like that. There we go. Add some bumps to that. And just kind of go, these are, yeah, weirdly straight, kind of like these. Add this one right here. And I want to kind of curve these up and out. So like say there's a dip right here, but it's coming back at us. So like, which means they're going to kind of go like that, but. I was reading some information on one of the professors I have next semester, who's notoriously awful. Just like not mean, but like he just terrible teacher. That's the best way to put it. Um, and one of the Reddit posts was like, "Hey, should I take this professor for this class?" And someone's like, "Hey, I haven't taken that class, but I've had this professor before. He's awesome, and I'm gonna take his discrete math class next semester. I'll let you know how it goes by then." And then they dropped an edit underneath it. It was like, "Do not do it." And people were commenting like this age like milk and stuff like that because like they were fooled, you know. For a second, they thought he was a good professor, but nope. Notoriously, that year that that person joined, he had one of the worst exams like ever. Like people still talk about it. And not only that, uh, I'm just remembering, he had to give another exam like a week before the final just to recover people's grades because like he could not curve it because he has an anti-curving policy, which is ridiculous and dumb, and I don't understand why professors do that. Anyways, yeah, so goofy. Nope. Should have made that one actually flow instead we did that, which looks a bit bad. Okay, that's enough right there. We're overdoing it a bit. Let us continue. This one over here. So yeah, we're gonna go out and we're kind of curving out with these. It's gonna be a pretty typical leaf, all things considered. I don't know whether to consider these leaves or what. This one, we're gonna kind of go underneath, kind of saw that's curved like that. Continue these over here. Kind of like this. Some like really thick dark lines, but they're cut off. So yeah, here one would start and it would go like that. And we'd have one over here that would end up like this. And then the shade underneath it, we're gonna kind of do a like that, just make it really dramatic. Not the best, but I think we're good, most things considered. Just add some weird like little artifacts in there. And here what we can do is, since this is going in, we could add some darker area right there. Definitely thicken up this line a bit to try to separate that visually. What are they, what are they on about? They're like rapping or something, I don't know. Oh, man. College is such a strange experience, guys. Okay, we have this leaf behind it all. Oh, no, it's supposed to be in front. Well, too bad. Dang. Darn. Brick. Well, that's okay. We've made worse mistakes. So yeah, pretty typical. Since these are going to the foreground, I don't want them to be too dark. Actually, no, I kind of want to make them darker. I think that's how that works. I don't know. We'll figure it out. The lines are going to lose their detail, so like they're not going to be as spotted. Or in fact, they are going to be more spotted because it's harder to see the... I don't know. See, yeah, because like already it's looking pretty dense. Make this area darker right here. I think it's okay for now. We have this one behind it all. Let's be careful of all the leaves in front of it. These do go out. That's weird. These kind of like go out down and these kind of curl up to the top. And they're smaller. They like don't reach the ends all the way. So we'll try to recreate that. Nice. So yeah, up here they go out, but they're not like fully all the way. Okay, one going out right here. Trying to at least, right? They're not going all the way as I make them go all the way. Oops. Yeah, these begin to curl heavily. In this area here should just be dark. I've decided. Kavel has decreed. Trying to get those little ink splotches in there. I like them a lot. And we can't forget these do have little just imperfections in all the leaves. For these that are just in front of it, I'm gonna add just a slightly. Actually, no, they're so far in front that they don't really cast a shadow. What we will do is right here, thicken up this line a bit, and then down here we're gonna add just a really deep shadow. And what we'll do is we'll kind of highlight around our little seed pods in the center, so those will make those really pop. Beans. I need to change up the music on the channel. I just realized. Maybe we'll set it to some Witcher music. I know I always say that, and I get scared of copyright, but we need to commit. Yeah, I think we're overdoing it a bit. We'll leave it as it is for a while. Yeah, I don't want to add too much detail. It's just so sparse. It feels... Yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Let's see, for this like spiky one, in fact, what we're doing here is we shouldn't have outlined it entirely because this kind of goes in kind of like this. There we go. Oh, we also have this leaf behind. We'll do that one. Why not? This one, we're going to make it really dark like this and cover it up a lot. This just pretty obfuscated. Is that how you pronounce it? By that one, I think that was pretty good. First attempt. And then we're going to go over here. It's going to have a lower section right here. We'll extend little veins from it. we'll just make it up here just a bit. And all over the place. Yeah, I feel like we're too structured. We just need to get a bit random with the ones in the back. Because you're not going to see all the lines. It's not going to be one thick line. It's going to be broken. It's going to be... So yeah, we just put a bit, like usual, put a bit too much ink on the page. That's cool. So we have our bent one over here. Nope, just kidding. This... Oh, okay, I thought it was folded. It isn't folded. This one is actually pretty interesting because it's like very straight. Just like this a bit. Do a bit of that. And then, yeah, these, very leaf-like, but it has quite a few of these popping all up over the place. Then they're more, yeah, they're more straight. I did that one a bit wrong. Very choppy, very dotty. I'd say that's the best way to put it. And it gets covered by this leaf down here, so we kind of did that quite well. Remember, we don't want to make this line too thick, just to emphasize, hey, it's in the front. Nothing too crazy. Probably should have kept that brighter. Down here, we'll emphasize it's a bit darker. Do a couple of these going down. Yep, nothing too intense, and then we'll just kind of thicken that up. That was a bit much, but yeah, something of the sort. Continue forth. We'll do this main one here, which I just feel should have been bigger, but yeah, because these should have been nearly the same size on the screen, and look how we managed that. Proportions, we failed on this one. But hey, good stuff. Yeah, switching the streams also back to 8 o'clock. Not many people want to do productive things at 8:30, and I don't blame them. It's really hard to, especially, yeah, right, like, as should be, you know, winding down, you know, watch a show play the games with your friends. Maybe you're out partying, drinking, whatever. Who wants to draw? Who wants to do the hard things that they suck at? These lines are getting a bit too thin. Go. Well, Kev, you drew through your line right there, and you shouldn't have. So we're just going to make that work and kind of try to cover it up. And yeah, that line is too thick, which we also shouldn't have drawn through, creating a lot of extra visual noise. That was a mistake. Whoa. Come on, Cav, what were you doing? We'll make it work, though. Such as the art of Drawbox. Ink is permanent. And then we'll darken up these spaces back here too. And then let's see. So we have this one right here, goes over that, and it hangs over this one down here, which will just add a really dark region between them. We could use the brush pen for that one. Yeah, I'm not sure if we'll probably finish this before the time's up, and we may just call it an early stream tonight because I haven't picked out my next flower. By the way, if you guys have any flower suggestions, I can't say I'll do all of them because they have to meet the criteria of lesson 3. Oh geez, I just closed my brush pen incorrectly. Oh, oh no. Okay, I hope it's okay. Oh. Jeez. Oh, I'm so violent. But I'll try to use it. I'll try to find some operable reference of that flower. So if you guys have any flowers in mind or any favorite flowers, please let me know. Okay, we shall continue forth. We have this one right here. A lot of the bottom of this one is dark. And in fact, what we're seeing is we're seeing the kind of veins from the center. And then out here, we're going to be seeing the other end of that, kind of like this. Cool. And what we're going to do down here is we're going to thicken up this, the bottom of it, and add these little we're going to reinforce them so it's not just like a sudden line. Nice. And then these in here. I think, yeah, this goes all the way. Oh, well, happy accident. Oops. I know I just was sick, but I almost feel like I'm getting sick twice, and that'd be unfortunate and very rare. I don't think so. Maybe it's just allergies given spring. We have this leaf that overlaps this one, so we'll give it that precedence, and it gets overlapped by this one over here. In fact, there's a shadow from it. It's going to be cast kind of as so. It was a bit too thick, but whatever. And these will be pretty general, pretty simple. Okay, that's a bit too... I was trying that technique, but while it's cool, a bit too extra for me. I kind of like the spotty dotted nature of a lot of these lines, so... And I think the inside will be darker like this. Same thing over here. This one's gonna have a thicker shadow that kind of tapers off like that. We'll have a shadow down here. It's a bit far away, but we'll continue on the shadow. It's gonna look a bit closer, but I think that's fine. Tapered off as well right there. Then we have this one over it, yes. Maybe in the back. Okay, we have this one, which is, I'm assuming that, yeah, this one in the back. So, I mean, these don't overlap too much, so there's not much shadow there, totally, but it's there. We have this leaf, which looks really cool. It has, like, noticeable veins in it, so we could definitely do something with that. feel like my veins aren't being done too well here, but we'll make it work. No scribbling, Cav. Just kind of caught myself scribbling right there. Yeah. Scribbling again. Oh my gosh, Cat, focus up. See, this is what happens when I stream later at night. Or at least I'll blame it on that. And yeah, this leaf is underneath this one. This is going to be getting a bit of a wider shadow right here. Oh, we have this leaf right here, which pretty linear. It's one of those straighter ones, so we'll do that. Cool. Man, this is getting really hard to notice anything happening in the center, so we'll just kind of leave that as it is. Just do that, kind of. I don't know, it kind of makes it worse. Yeah, there's just so much going on to that. To construct those would be quite an arduous process. Let's go straight out, and then we have a little curve at the end, so we go straight out, and then we curve like that. Yeah, I curved a bit too much right there, so we're going to try to straighten out. Reinforce the lines near the center a bit. Probably a bit much over there, but do that. Bit too many dots, oops. What if we did it like a longer one? Oh, I think we just discovered something a bit. Note to self, draw the head before the body. Now a person that looks their brain shrunk by watching YouTube shorts. You saying something? No, good. Yeah, what I've learned when it comes to perspective and anatomy is I actually always start out, and I'm uninformed and I haven't learned this stuff officially, right? But from my experience of what I have drawn, is I always start with the chest and the torso. Because from there, not only do I kind of have like the general, or I start with the line of action, right? Or at least I try to. But starting with the chest gives you a good base point because now you know where the character is going to land, you know kind of the twist and pull, and yeah, I mean, unless they're standing on a like already defined plane, then I'd say chest is like my favorite thing to do. If they're standing on a plane, I would probably start with the line of action. And then maybe, I mean, I just like drawing the chest the most. Because depending on your foreshortening experience with it, then you could probably get the head right. But yeah, I've struggled not with the head shape, but the neck. The neck always kills me. I don't know why, I always just place it too high for the head. And yeah, sometimes the head does get to me, but that's neck. I don't know. Proportions are so difficult. I mean, look at this here, right? We've messed up all kinds of stuff. See over here, we have this one in the back, very dark, so we'll try to emphasize that. Can't wait. Actually, I'm not gonna say I can't wait till we're done with Drawbox because I've loved every step of the process, but I can't wait till we explore things like anatomy, gesture, comic drawing, composition, stuff like that. It'll be really interesting. We're gonna take a quick water break and then hop right back into it. Man, I just forgot it's already almost 10 o'clock. It's crazy how that works. Dang, I just remembered why I moved my streams. It's because when I'm done streaming, it's 10, and then I still need a shower, so I'll never get 8 hours of sleep. Huh. I will tonight, though, because I'm going to sleep in if I have to, but my body just naturally wakes up at 8 at the latest. Usually at about 7:30 I'm up. I feel like an old person. Guys, I swear I'm not old, I promise. Once again, we'll go through the obligatory. Cav is not as old as he seems. My entire life, I've suffered from the, Wait, you're that old? Curse. Or that young, I should say. When I was traveling in Portugal, I was the youngest at every single hostel I went to. And completely surprised people. Actually, no, there was one hostel. There was a girl for like half the day who was there. She was 18. So I was not older than her. Or younger than her. Guys, I'm 17 and I'm in college now. Yeah, I've just always looked so much older than I actually am. And Kavel, yeah. Maybe one day if I do like a face cam, my plan would be oh yeah, I didn't even put my ref up here, or did I don't know. My like where this ref picture is right now, that's where my face would be. Just the thing is, I'm looking down all the time, so either going to see my neck with like really bad posture, or I have so many, like I have the camera right here. I almost flipped you guys off. The camera right here. No, this one, I have a mic right here. I have a monitor right here. I mean, I guess I could put the camera to my right, but then I would be completely surrounded by tech. Grandpa Cav in Portugal. Yeah, I was kind of an old person because I sprained my ankle climbing up to the Peña Palace. I didn't sprain it, but you know, just like old man. I was limping by the time I went home. When my parents picked me up from the airport, at I think it was 9 o'clock, I was limping, and they didn't really know entirely like how bad I hurt. I told them, I was like, yeah, I hurt my leg, just so you guys know. But yeah, I didn't tell them how poorly or how much it, you know, hurt. Don't do that. Then again, I was in Portugal, so there was like not much I could do to like sate that, other than like worst case, purchase a hostel and cancel all my other hostels and stay in Lisbon. Gosh, Portugal is so beautiful, guys. Maybe our next 50% we do a little sketch of one of the pictures I took. Probably my favorite place was Sintra, for like touristy stuff. Porto was good, but I got pooped on by a bird, so I wasn't too fond of that experience, and the tour guide I had there was quite annoying. That is the place I got probably the best sleep, though, because the hostel I was in before that in Coimbra, absolutely awful. Not the hostel itself, but the people I was rooming with. They smelled awful. They used, like, they dried their clothes that they did not wash, like it was just because of the sweat and rain and whatever it may be. They dried it on their racks, their bed racks, which were like right above mine. And like one dude was like incessantly farting he was like snoring and farting at the same time. So yeah, and he actually, that guy who was doing that also didn't follow me, but we ended up at the same hostel again. Just thank God. I was gonna request like a different room if we got the same room. But thankfully the people I met in my last hostel in Porto, the people were so kind. We went out for drinks. I don't drink, but Glühwein, the German Glühwein, which is just hot wine for anyone who like doesn't partake in. It sounds awful. I'm not gonna call it awful wine, but like, yeah. Plus, I've never had it, right? But yeah, no. They you know, they're chugging on Glühwein. We went out to get pastel de nata. Oh my God, I miss it so much. I miss pastel de nata so much. I ate like 4 of those a day. I thought I was actually going to gain weight because last time I was in Europe, I lost weight, even though I thought I was eating a lot. And I was like convinced, oh yeah, I'm gaining weight this time. Man, I really wish I did these like longer lines everywhere. I kind of like it. Um, and then I weighed myself. I lost like 5 pounds while in Portugal. I tried so hard to eat. I tried so hard to eat expensive. The most expensive meal I had when I went to Portugal was $31, and it was in the American Boston airport because the food there was so expensive. All the food, even when I tried to eat very nice, I had what is it? Bacalhau, no forno. I think that's how you pronounce bacalhau no forno. Basically, in Portugal, they love cod. They are obsessed with cod, and they call it bacalhau. Um, and bacalhau no forno was a cod dish with bone in, which really made me upset. But it had like the French little potato things, like the little potato cylinder cone things, which were amazing. This great sauce. I had it with I can't remember. I had something on the side, and then what was it? Just a Coke. It was like $21 American USD. It was like 18 euro, I think. I got it from the Timeout Market, which yeah, super gentrified and stuff, whatever. But like, oh my gosh, it was so good. But yeah, going past shops that sold cod, all the dried cod, was not pleasurable. For those who don't know, it smells bad. It smells very bad. Don't do it. Go to Portugal. Just hold your nose next to this this, or like the sardines shop, Sardinias. Oh my gosh, that was not enjoyable. I bought my dad some sardines with his birthday on it. I think they're still in our pantry, just waiting. As well, outlast us. It was. Oof. But yeah, Portugal. I don't mean to say it's cheap in a bad way, because the economy looks like it's doing pretty well, especially with all the new tourism that they're getting. They're really encouraging tourism and even people to buy homes and stuff in places like Porto, because people are moving out because it's just hard to have a life in Porto. One of the tour guides kind of relayed that like there's a huge VRBO problem in Porto, Lisbon, all the main touristy places, because you know there's all these older homes and they're getting bought out by these, you know, big like VRBO, Airbnb places, and then just being run down because like it's only occupied by tourists, right? And so there's just these neighborhoods of not locals anymore, but VRBOs, which is a very sad and bad thing. But at the same time, there's also neighborhoods of people who are just moving out because if you live in places like Porto, cheap. That's what. Yeah, no. There you go. If you live in places like Porto, not only does it rain and the lower parts of the city kind of flood as the water rises, it's hard to have a family there. There's not, you know, it's hard to traverse those steps. You cannot have a car in some of those steps. To have like, you know, if you need to go to the hospital, if you need to take your kid to school, heck, if you need to go to work, right? But they are yet also just very beautiful. So it's this weird dilemma of either people don't want to live here, and so it's being bought out by VRBO and maintained at that point, which is okay, or it's being bought out and forcing the locals out and driving up costs just for tourism, which was rarely the case. I don't think I was ever severely upcharged there. There are some people who are definitely not affiliated with like the touristy part and like try to upsell you. I did some haggling while I was over there. Ironically, like I was buying Christmas presents for my family and I really needed to haggle, so it works out. Like I didn't even know I could haggle with some of the places over there. But then this one dude, I was buying shot glasses for my sister, and I was like, how much are 2 of these? And he was like €6. I was like, oh, that's no. And I put it back. I didn't say that, but I was like, oh, okay. And I put it back, and he was like, you know what? Special price €4. And I was like, oh, this guy's haggling. And so I pick up a cap for my mom. And I was like, how much is this? And he's like, oh, it's €15. I'm like, €15, could you do 10? Which I probably could have got for 10, but then he bumped it up to 12. I was like, you know what? Let's settle on 11. We settled on 11 for that. And I wanted to get a hoodie, but he would not budge on the hoodie, so I put it away. Because the hoodie was like €35. I was trying to do 20, like 20 max. I was not doing anything more than that. So sadly, my little sister did not get a Porto hoodie, but still very beautiful place. My only, also another gripe, it looked from most of the women that I didn't travel with anybody, but like in my hostels, there's this one girl. She was awesome. I loved her. She was actually from my same town or like area, from where I live. But what was it? She actually like went to my same hostel on accident. We just met up. It was such a great reunion. She was awesome. Um, but yeah, they relayed that Portugal actually felt pretty safe. There was a lot of women-only dorm options in the hostels. A lot of women there didn't take it. But yeah, I never heard negative stories from them traveling in Portugal, so that's great. Special price for you. I sold this kidney to you for $250. Goodness. Would I even ask where you got it from? But yeah, no. And there were also definitely some just fake, like cafe. The people who quote unquote invented the pastel de nata was Café de Belém in Belém. You know that I'm not sure if Belém is a separate city from Lisbon or it's like one of the neighborhoods because you had like you know, like Alfama, the Alfama neighborhood, or whatever you want to call it, like section, I guess, and all that. Obidos is the train station. I remember it because that's what the train conductor always said. But yeah, let's see, this one's underneath, right? Oh no, this one's over. Oh wait, this one's over, so we can go. Oh yeah, and gosh, traveling trains alone. I don't do trains in the US. Heck, I don't think I've ever been on a train solo before that. And just hopping trains, going track to track, dealing with tickets in another language, biletas, you know, like, bro, I accidentally bought, I'm not sure if I've told the story on stream, I accidentally bought bus tickets instead of train tickets once. And so I took the bus, and the bus driver didn't speak English. There was no bus number on my ticket, and I didn't even know the brand of bus. I just went to a guy, and like at first he turned me away. He was like, "No, wrong ticket." He barely spoke English, and he gestured for me to come back, and he was like, "Oh wait, yeah, you have the right ticket." I was like, "Do I? Do I trust you? Like what?" So I hop on the bus. I can't find my seat. I asked for help, and I knew how to ask for help a tiny bit in Portuguese. No one could help me, and then they point on my ticket and then point. The seat numbers weren't on the seats. They were on these little dials above the seats. I sit down. Thankfully, I have a whole seat to myself. Very comfortable ride. I get off at another city. The bus that I thought was supposed to take me wasn't there. I had to wait an extra 5 minutes because it was delayed. Then I take another bus, and then I finally got to the city that I was going to, Coimbra. Which, by the way, guys, Coimbra, I love it. Don't go there in the winter. It's boring. All the university students were gone. The tour I had, I need to shout out that guy. I need to remember his name. He was brilliant. I loved him. Free tour, but obviously we paid because he deserves it. Yeah, Coimbra, once again, that hostel was not fun at all. Beautiful hostel. The accommodations were a bit weird. It had one of the nicer bathrooms of the hostels I went to because you have a little section in the shower for privacy. Most of them either there was no privacy and you're expected to be naked in the showers or like in front of people, right? Or it was like feigned, like you had to wait for them or get like a special key or pay for showers sometimes. Rare. One thing I never accounted for in hostels and like hostel traveling and backpacking, I never packed a towel, and like packing a towel would still probably be a bad idea because then you have to have a wet towel in your bag. But I never thought like to have money to pay for towels at the hostels because I never knew that was a thing. So if you guys ever travel, have some money on the side just for towels. And shower. It's not hard to shower. Sure, you'll be like wet and gross and you may like need to sit outside for a bit to actually dry off because the towels they usually give you suck. But do it. Smelling good and not feeling icky the whole time? Come on. Wow, there's not much detail I can add in the center because just, come on. There's, what detail can I add, right? So we'll do the stems and then we'll call it that. Stem-wise, we can use our own imagination. So we're gonna say it's gonna be high degree down here. We'll say the midpoint is about right here, I'd say. Yeah, so and we'll make them a bit smaller. So we'll start with this one. Very high degree. We don't want a very big stem, right? I think that's acceptable. Then we get this one right here. Smaller degree. And that was a bit smaller on the major axis as well. Oops. Got another one right here. Really small. Then we got, we could do super small. Oh, wait, no. We'll do a bit larger. Implied that, like, it went past that point, and then a bit larger right here. Okay, we'll do a large degree right here. Oh yeah, one thing, yeah, this is my major complaint with Portugal. There's these people going around offering you like weed and I should be probably a bit more censored. Drugs of various kinds, either hard drugs or more medicinally used ones, but at the same time, they offer it to you and then they try to scam you. It's such an annoying scam. Because, like, they go up to you and they're super sly and sketchy and they, oh, get out of here, man. Thankfully, that was always at nighttime and only in Lisbon, so it's not even a really real complaint. Never happened in Porto. Then again, Porto was a bit empty at night. It wasn't as crazy, or like me and my friends weren't hanging out there that much. And it was getting closer to Christmas, so by that time, most people weren't doing those kind of things. Oh, geez, why didn't I ghost? That was so bad. Oh, man. Dang. That's what a lack of focus does to you. Oh, that's so annoying. We'll try to repair that a bit. Then we'll kind of do a... There we go. Okay. I'd say this is somewhat complete. Oh wow, it's already been an hour and 13. We've taken our time. Here, let's add, okay, I need to pull up the name because I know I'll spell this wrong. Even though I can spell it right now, P-O-I-N, no, okay. I could type it out. P-O-I-N-S-E-T-T-I-A. No, Poinsettia. P-O-I-N-S-E-T-T-I-A. Yeah, Poinsettia. Poinsettia. Okay, I got it. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I can remember how to spell words better if I'm typing it out, which is kind of a loser thing, but it's also really cool how the brain works like that. Poinsettia, A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. Like, isn't that insane how that works? What am I gonna do? Like half the stream just type here? Hello, everyone. Period. Hope you are having a good stream. I can't even look at my hands. If I look at my hands, I slow down. Anyways, let's write poinsettia here. Imagine if I could play the piano like that. Piano has what, 64 keys, or like a 64 key piano has 64 keys. So, I mean, technically, you have A through, like, you know, the alphabetical characters, which are easiest to reach. So you have 26. You have shift. So maybe holding shift, but that occupies a part of your hand, so you can't hit like. So yeah, keyboard is technically less efficient than a keyboard, like a piano keyboard. But anyways, poinsettia. 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 Nice. I'd say this turned out quite well. It's a bit chaotic, and I feel like some sharper lines in some places would be good. But overall, I think the construction went quite successfully, and we did our best, and it looks really good. We could probably add in some shadows, and I think it's that part of the stream where I just like talk and then like add random things to it after I've said I'm done. Like right here, we could add more detail in here, but I don't want it to get too crowded. Same thing here. This one, we have the edge of leaf, so last stream we talked about, oh, I'm going to add this and then hope that I can discern later what this is and what it looks like, but I hate to disappoint that Cav. It doesn't seem we'll be able to accomplish it, though. Oh, maybe if we try really hard. Let's see. Cav, let me just put... How do you spell? Yeah, I know, right? Just put me in a spelling bee like that. I remember the only time I was in a spelling bee, I got too nervous and I messed up like the first word. Like, that was the thing. For the spelling bee, they gave out a spelling test beforehand to get like the top, I think, 20 kids in my grade. I went to a smaller middle school. And so they got those like 20 kids. And then they put me up there, failed on the first word. Failed on the... I was the guy who instantly got out. I was like the opposite of the bye, whatever it's called. Like the person who's supposed to last a while and like be really good. And so they pit everyone's again. I was the opposite. I was that first guy out that no one remembers. Oh, what a shame. They'll rule it. Put me back on the spelling bee, man. Actually, no, don't do that. I'll just need my invisible keyboard. I think that's a legitimate way of... Shoot. Why don't, like, I study my... Like, because I have to remember some equations for, like, let's say linear algebra or whatever. Or, like, Master theorem, right? Or, like, the binomial theorem. So why don't... I write that out in LaTeX. Then again, LaTeX is super, like... I would have to remember, you know, like, $/binom, you know, J over K, next line, and then, like, equals frac, bracket, go back, enter the thing. Yeah, like, come on. What are we doing? Cool superpower. Not very helpful. Okay. I think that's most of everything. Yeah, I feel like we're just missing, like, maybe the things in the front should have been lighter. Also, I'm just for funsies. Some more solid lines probably would have helped. I think it's okay, though. I think this is a solid textured poinsettia construction, especially considering... No, not really considering anything. We just did a good job. So yeah, we'll do our Delano review session today. We'll stop yapping. I feel like I'm just kind of making up for false time, right? Still got to shower and make the thumbnail and all that tonight, so we're busy. Warm-up was okay. You know, we started yapping right here, but I think the box and this was good. I feel like our ellipses are getting really good. It's just we need to focus a bit more. I think our issue is focus, and now that we have later streams, ironically, that will be a bit harder to do. On our main poinsettia, there's obviously some, like, this is way too large for that. We could have used negative space better for proportions. I think we had good proportions in the beginning, mostly with the spine construction, but the width of things is where it got messy. We stopped being as, like I said, focused. And then textures, they were okay. Nothing great. We had little minor accidents like that, but nothing world-ending. Yeah, so what to do better going forward, we want to really pay attention to every step of the construction process. Everything we draw helps convince us of this. As we're drawing, pay attention to the negative spaces between objects and the spatial relations to other objects. So if we're drawing this, how big is that compared to literally over here? So maybe like for every object, we should have 3 other references for the scale. And we'll try to have like one solid reference, like this is a great reference, these stems. The first leaves that we draw will probably be great references, because everything will fall off after that. So as long as we consistently have a good reference point, we consistently care about references compared to each other, their neighbors, and we consistently care about the negative space in between, we'll sail. We'll do a good job. Yeah, over inked, probably. Not the end of the world though, so I'm happy. And yeah, so that being said, oh wow, perfect timing. Boom. Oh man, I can't end the stream in 6 seconds because the music's about to end. But yeah, so thank you guys very much for watching today. Apologies if the 8:30 p.m. CST stream time is inconsiderate, but inconvenient for those. We'll be out of it soon. You know, just have to march through exams for the next 3 weeks, and we will survive. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for joining us, Fatima, in my Portugal grandpa lore nonsense, keyboard typing nonsense. Hope your drawing session tonight went successfully, and I hope your exams, if you have any AP exams or whatever exams it may be, go well. That being said, for those who are watching either right now or later, feel free to drop in the comments or at me in the Drawbox Discord at CIPPHY with your work. I love it. I love when people show me their work. It's awesome stuff. And here's the thing, you can ask me to critique. I am not that good at critiquing, nor would I say my critiques are that helpful or experienced. But I can. I could toss a few words here and there that I think. No, I don't know. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and we're streaming tomorrow at 8:30, and yeah, bye for now.